Good day, billionaires, and welcome to the Big Business Minute. I'm Monet all over DePlace. We here at the Big Business Minute received a great deal of mail after last week's show. Viewers complained that Ivy League legacy seemed completely imbalanced, popping pills and breaking down on air. And another here, was Mr. DePlace on drugs? He lost the power to speak words at one point. And I come to the Big Business Minute for serious coverage of the corporate elite, not these loose-minded shenanigans. Well, first of all, we want to thank you for letters. We love getting mail. But we sure appreciate your interest in the work we do here. And as for your concerns, frankly, we just don't care. Caring isn't our thing. But keep watching. This week, in the Big Business Minute, we turn to a very special collaboration between the wealthiest 1% and the legislatures we own. We head north to Alaska, where Ivy League legacy is standing by to report on just how lucrative owning a senator can be. Ivy.
Boondoggle, Monet. It's not just a fun word to say. With George Bush in charge, Republicans are reveling in the delights of big spending on useless projects. I'm here in downtown Ketchikan, where Republican Don Young has parlayed his position as chairman of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee into a $223 million barrel of pork in the shape of a soaring new bridge to nowhere.
$223 million is a lot of trickle down. The residents of Ketchikan must be excited about this boost to their economy.
That's right, Monet, all 7,922 of them. Thanks to the highway bill that Bush signed into law last month, the people of this thriving metropolis can say goodbye to the massively inconvenient 7-minute ferry ride they used to put up with to get to Gravina Island.
Gravina Island? Never heard of it.
Most people haven't, Monet, except for the 50 or so who live there.
50 people? $223 million for a bridge to an island with 50 people on it?
Not just any bridge, Monet. This baby's almost as long as the Golden Gate and 80 feet taller than the Brooklyn Bridge. I can't wait to cruise it in my new Hummer, the H5 Guzzler, for 2006.
This is truly a phenomenal achievement. But you know, $223 million is really just chump change. I spend that much on ex-wives. Every year. Is that all Representative Young got for his pet project?
Oh, no, of course not. He secured well over $1 billion in pork for his home state, including another $231 million bridge to nowhere that they'll be naming Don Young's Way.
Don Young's Way?
To commemorate his role in bogarting taxpayer money for his contractor friends.
Over $1 billion is certainly a respectable amount of taxpayer money to bogart. But how does this jibe with the traditional conservative value of small government? Won't the president come under attack for approving all this pork?
Oh, Monet, don't be silly. Last I heard, Karl Rove was still a free man. As long as he's running the show in Washington, nothing will stick to our president. See, the approach is simple. President Bush says one thing, like, I will not sign a highway bill unless Congress keeps pork out of it. And he makes a big deal out of it. But then he does the opposite, like signs the bill, even though it contains up to $11 billion in pork plus another $24 billion in earmarks for special projects like Don Young's Way.
I am really going to have to look into some Alaskan investments. But Ivy, I've heard a bit of blowback in the halls of power. Senator John McCain and others have proposed giving back some of the funds dedicated to unnecessary projects and handing them over to New Orleans in the wake of Katrina. Generosity and human decency are never good for our brand of big business. What's being done?
Nothing to fear on that front, Monet. When asked about the many pleas to redirect the bridge money, Don Young yelled at the inquiring reporter, they can kiss my ear. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And you know, Monet, it is. After all, he personally oversaw a $500,000 donation to the hurricane cleanup from the seafood industry. You see, who needs government when donations can always trickle down from the private sector long after disaster strikes? Well, I'm off to club some baby seals for my winter wardrobe. It's after Labor Day, and cold weather is just around the corner. Buddy and
What was that? Something about you and Buddy? Buddy O'Bush, right?
Huddy. Monet Huddy. That's, my nickname for Alfonso Jackson, the Secretary of HUD. We're discussing some new plans. I'm Ivy League Legacy, reporting live from Ketchikan. Monet?
Thank you. Ivy League Legacy reporting. Well, billionaires, that does it for this edition of the Big Business Minute. Tune in next week for the first installment of our 7-part tribute to billionaire pal Alan Greenspan in Tax Wages, not Wealth. And thanks for the memories, Alan, and an economic recovery where we didn't have to hire anybody. In the meanwhile, visit billionairesforbush.com for all the latest billionaire news. For the Big Business Minute, I'm Monet Oliver DePlace, reminding you that we're all in this together. Sort.